Middlesex bowed out of this season's Friends Life T20, losing to Essex by 2 wickets in Chelmsford, but it was a night to remember for debutant Ollie Wilkin, who almost pulled off the impossible. Neil Dexter won the toss for once and batted with himself at the top of the order along with Joe Denly. 11 were hit off the opening 11 balls. But then Dexter was bang in front to Graham Napier for 2. Earning good starts in this season's competition has not always been forthcoming, and the Panthers didn't get one here as Adam Rossington was run out after a stutter in coming back for a second. By the end of the 7th over, Middlesex were 3 down with 35 runs on the board. Darvin Milan was next to go, chipping a return catch to Greg Smith after making 9. Gareth Berg and Denly tried to fashion a recovery. With boundaries at a premium, they had to take some risks with their running. They took the total to 63 in the 13th over before Berg was bowled by Tim Phillips for 12 as he pushed one through. John Simpson then became the second run-out victim. More hesitation mid-wicket allowed Mark Pettini to remove the keeper for a duck. Thankfully for Middlesex, Denly was still there. He struck only 2 fours in his innings and this 6, a gorgeous shot off Reece Topley. Having found the fence in the game's second over, Denly had to wait until the 16th to do so again. Topley's over went for a much-needed 17 runs. And Denly's 50 came at the start of the 17th over. It had not been an easy one, taking him 50 deliveries to reach. He now needed a grandstand finish to give his side a chance. But wickets kept falling. Next ball, Ollie Rayner nicked Ryan Tenduscarter behind on 2. Stephen Crook was out for a golden, somehow finding Owe Shah off a wide ball from Tenduscarter. And then Denly was out for 53, holding out to Tenduscarter at 99 for 8. It appeared that Middlesex wouldn't bat out the overs as debutant Wilkin was out next ball, feeding Tenduscarter another catch. Thankfully, the 100 was reached in the penultimate over as the last pair of Tom Smith and Toby Rowland-Jones tried as best as they could to repair the damage. They took the total along to 109 as we came to the second to last ball of the innings, which saw Rowland-Jones become the 3rd run-out victim in what became a foretaste of a sprint in the Olympics. Only 2 men have made double figures as the Panthers were dismissed for 109. Defending a total like that, the bowlers now needed to strike quickly, and that's just what Crook did by running out James Franklin before he'd scored. It was another inspired bit of fielding. Essex knew that they just needed one batsman to shine to win this contest, and that man was Pettini, who tried as hard as he could to not let the Middlesex attack settle. This was by no means an ideal surface for a T20 game, but Pettini was to prove to be the difference between the two sides. He took on Smith, hitting him over the top as 14 runs came off the 5th over of the reply. And he then took the same amount off the next bowled by Rowland-Jones, including another maximum as Essex reached 48 for 1 by the end of their power play. The runs were coming all too easily for both Pettini and Smith, and it looked as if they would have this match won for their side at a canter as they guided the total along to 68 for 1 at the halfway stage, with just 42 now required from the last 10 overs. Pettini's 3rd 6 then took him to his half-century off only his 38th delivery. He'd struck 3 maximums and 4 fours to almost take his side home. But not yet. In spite of his concerted appeal for leg before, Smith had bowled his namesake for 27, and that precipitated a sudden collapse. In the same over, Smith found some turn to have Pettini taken behind for 50 at 78 for 3 with 8 overs to go. And Smith claimed his 3rd wicket in his next over by having Napier caught on the rope by Wilkin, who was about to show what he was about on debut. His first over in the first team had gone for 9 runs, but with his 8th ball, he found some considerable movement to trap Shah in front for 8. The 20-year-old Middlesex product then struck twice more in his 3rd over, bowling Tenduscarter for 2, and then hitting the stumps again to remove James Foster. The wickets of Shah, Tenduscarter and Foster were not a bad way to start his career. Alas, it was all a little too late to save the Panthers on this occasion. Adam Wheater levelled the scores with 3 wickets in hand and 16 balls left, before he swept Rayner to Wilkin, who could do nothing wrong. A wide next ball from Rayner did take Essex to their victory, but only by 2 wickets with 14 balls to spare. It sent the Panthers to their 6th defeat of the season from 8 games, but all at the club will be delighted with the showing of Wilkin, who finished with 3 for 12 and will surely now get another go when Middlesex take on rival Surrey at the Oval on Friday.